e-commerce redneck, and I'm here with Brian from Above the Fray, which is an agency on the Shopware platform. And Brian, tell us, what is your focus? What do you focus on with Above the Fray?
Yeah, Jeremy, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
So Above the Fray, we're a global agency, and we work across a few different platforms. But when it comes to shopware, we're pretty active within the Association of Equipment Manufacturers. Right?
Okay.
So we're working with manufacturers, OEMs, distributors, suppliers, across a whole mix of different ERPs. I've been doing this for a while. I'm starting to find out about all of these weird kind of unknown ERPs,
right, like 1,500 extra ones.
Yes, yeah, where you got to go pay for your API and
right.
have fun, go figure it out. So,
wow.
But yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with the Shopware team and AEM, and it's interesting story with those groups. Some of them, they've been in business for over a century, right? And they're just starting what I call chapter 1 of digital transformation, right? So they have this big vision, but after all these years, they're just starting to dip in and say, all right, let's try phase 1, chapter 1.
Well, yeah, and so how did you come into the shopware world? What was the intriguing thing from a manufacturing standpoint?
I think I want to don't take credit, because Above the Fray has been working with AEM for about a decade now.
Oh, wow.
And I think it comes back to keeping America moving, and that's a good group to align
Absolutely.
with. Shopware, I think, is powerful enough that works with all different types of folks.
Right.
Within AEM and like I said, manufacturers or distributors. So,
well, I think too, when you get into manufacturing, you have I was having this discussion earlier with one of the interviews, and you have your own little box of details for each and every vertical, whether it's B2B, manufacturing, whatever it is, you constantly, like 2A, whatever it is, every space has its set of kind of parameters and things you need.
Right.
And the thing I really like about Shopware is it's completely customizable. Basically, you can really take it to the next degree. And a lot of these SaaS softwares just simply they may answer part of the question, but they don't answer the whole question for a more complex need base.
Agreed. And that, when it is closed like that, it not only puts a lot of pressure on the merchant or the retailer, but also the agency, the SI, right? Because if you're building this vision with your customer, you're having to come back to them and say, look, we're going to either have to hack it or you can't do that, right? Just due to the closed nature. And so that's puts the agency in a tough position to say no to your customer. And, it's a limitation of the platform.
Well, yeah. And, one of the things that everybody's been saying is they love the team at Shopware as far as responsiveness. I think that is a well underestimated thing when it comes to platforms. Very few platforms are simple enough that you're never going to need help.
Yep, absolutely. Big difference. Big difference. And look, there's all different types of sellers out in the marketplace. Some are coming into the industry, and welcome that. I appreciate that. But there's something to be said about how creative they are. And it's not just, hey, here's list pricing, signed by the end of the month, and hit the client over the head. They're getting creative, and to me, it's not just representative of the individual seller, but it says something about Shopware, right? Just in terms of as an org, like they're essentially empowering the sales org to get creative and build a custom solution for their customers. So to me, that's pretty unique.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. And they've got the new agentic e-commerce stuff they're coming out with. So they're even cutting edge, with the AI and stuff like that. I really have enjoyed getting to know. I've actually had Jason on several times on my podcast, and just one of the best guests, gets some of the best responses, so sharp.
Yeah.
And I think that's indicative of the whole team over there for the most part.
Absolutely. I mean, I think for them, their opinions on AI is more than just the last year or 2 years, right?
Right,
They've been talking about it for quite some time. And to me, that's refreshing, right? Because it's not, it's not a new opinion. It's obviously evolving, but they've been talking about this for a while. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
It's exciting. It's an exciting platform. So glad you're here. Glad I
Thank
get
you.
to talk to
Likewise,
you. And
likewise. Great to meet.
guys, if you're in the manufacturing world and you're looking for an e-commerce partner, Above the Fray is somebody you should be talking about. Heard about these guys long before I ever met Brian here. So
Nice. Appreciate it.
Good things.
Yes.
So,
Thank you. Thank you.
all right. Well, hey, thank you so much. It was
All right.
great having you on, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Have a good
Thanks.
one. See ya.